Welcome to the C3PO show. I'm your co-host, Austin Lersten. Over here we got
Corey Sullivan.
How are y'all doing today? I hope it's a wonderful day. We're here talking about the draft class for the Seahawks. Who are they projected to pick? Who we think are good picks for them? Today we're talking about cornerbacks. So we got a few cornerbacks for you that we think that the Seahawks may be a good pick for them, a good fit. This year we're going a little bit higher towards the draft. Because that number 2 position, I think, is wide open at this point. Jeremy Lane didn't have the greatest season last year, and I think we're looking for some new guys to maybe fill in and take that number 2 role. And there's also murmurs of the number 1 cornerback in the league, Richard Sherman, being traded. Just rumors, but still need that number 2, even if Sherman stays on the team. So starting off, I think you have a favorite player, maybe your favorite player in the whole draft. Can you tell everybody a little bit about this guy?
Well, my favorite player in the draft, and that will be the best corner in this draft, is Adoree Jackson, USC. And I say this because he's just got the greatest, the highest, I will say, not the greatest, the highest football IQ and just his field vision. He's a great return man as well. And I want that front in my cornerback, somebody that sees the field like a good return man, but also is a great defender. He took home the hard work for best cornerback in college football, and I think that's why that's going to translate to the next level is a guy that's aware of everything that's going on the field. And you don't get the best cornerback in the league if you're not working hard, you don't understand the defenses or offenses that are being thrown at you and different defensive assignments. So I'm going with Adoree. I really like him. I really like what he did at USC, and you just can't teach speed in the NFL. It's not like that's a requirement. Richard Sherman isn't the fastest cornerback, but I just think that with Adoree and his speed as well as his football intelligence, he would be the best pick.
Yeah, I definitely like what I see out of Adoree. A little bit undersized. That's the worry in the NFL. Sometimes when you're undersized, no matter how well you play, players like Alshon Jeffrey and the like can make big plays over you in big-time games. So somebody who I would like to see the Seahawks pick just because he's got everything that you want out of a corner, I think, like you said, in terms of his skill and his awareness on the field about what he's doing, and just his overall athleticism is unmatched, I think, in this draft for any other cornerback. Going over to Montlake, though, I think there's a couple other guys in the Pac-12, 1-2 shutdown corners, both of them this year. Maybe one of the biggest reasons that UW made it into the college football playoff. Kevin King and Sidney Jones. We'll start with Sidney Jones, who is actually slated to be the number 1 corner in this year's draft before he got injured and tore his ACL at Pro Day.
His Achilles.
Achilles at Pro Day, excuse me. And so what do you think? Do you think Sidney Jones is still going to have what it takes coming after that injury?
Oh, yeah, I think Sidney Jones, he'll heal up just nicely. He's a young guy. Obviously not something that you want to do. It'll take him some time. He probably won't be very good this year if a team even lets him play. I think, unfortunately, the Seahawks don't have that luxury to let a good corner like him sit for a year, as Deshaun Shedd is probably sitting the majority of this season. We'll see. But Sidney Jones, yeah, I think absolutely he'll be perfectly fine. He'll be right up there with Adoree. I think it'll be between those two as the best corner in this draft class. But Sidney is a great cornerback. They say that they would like him to gain just a little bit more weight, but with the way that he plays and the lockdown coverage that he provides for a team, I don't think there's anything that you want extra from Sidney Jones is just nitpicking. He's a great corner, and I think that he'll come back just fine from his injury.
Yeah, I like what I see out of Sidney Jones. I think that he'll definitely be a lockdown corner in the league. And if a team can get him in the 2nd to 3rd round, I think they're getting a great player who will make great plays for your team. And I think the same thing with Kevin King. I think Kevin King is also fits well into the NFL, especially at this time. He's got the length, he's got the speed, he's got a little bit of it all. That's what I like seeing coming out of Kevin King. And the Seahawks would need to take a 1st-round draft pick on Kevin King if Adoree was gone, or if they took Kevin King even. Would you think that'd be a good pick for the Seahawks this year?
Yeah, I don't see how Kevin King could be a bad pick. I think there's other things that you could justify picking ahead of Kevin King. But if Kevin King was the first cornerback off the board, I think with his 3-cone drill at that height, it's crazy to see fast guys like that, standing 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". Guys are able to cut with, the shorter John Rosses of the world and jam them at the line. So, to have Richard Sherman and Kevin King on the team, Kevin King, a competitor, said he wants to be the best cornerback in the game. So to be able to compete every single day, to see what being the best cornerback in the game looks like on a day-to-day basis, it would do wonders for his career. And I think that aside from where he gets picked or where he goes, that would be the perfect scenario to figure out how to carry yourself as, the top corner in the league. It's a hefty price tag. It is, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. And another King that we got coming out of Iowa, Desmond King.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this guy. Really strong. He's got the size, the athleticism. He's really got it all. He's a complete package. But you could probably pick him up more in the second round,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even third round, probably not. But what do you see out of Desmond King?
I really like his ball skills. His coverage and everything. I mean, nobody's perfect, and there's no such thing as a perfect football player. Everyone's going to make mistakes. Everyone's going to get plays made on them. But his strength is his ball skills, his ability to locate the ball and secure it, which is, obviously you want that. You want a guy that's going to get you the ball back. Turnovers are huge in the NFL, and if you could get more than the other team, that usually means you're going to win. So I really like that out of Desmond King. He's coming from a team that's usually pretty good. Of course, they've had their down years recently, and he's been rock steady. He's been able to, lead the defense and provide turnovers. And if he can do that at the next level, which I think that he can, I don't know how hands wouldn't translate to the next level, but I think he would be a perfect fit as well across from Sherman, being able to learn on the fly and not have to cover those Julio Jones. And, the schedule came out, won't have to cover Randall Cobb or Jordy Nelson, whoever their one is. But we'll still face some stiff competition. It's not like two receivers in the NFL aren't very good players. So he just won't have to cover those number ones just yet. And to be able to grow under someone like Richard Sherman, it's the perfect case scenario for anyone.
Yeah, I think so too. And even if what if Sherman's not there?
I don't think that's a possibility. I don't know. I haven't seen anything from Richard Sherman. I haven't seen anything from the Seahawks. All I do is he say, she say stuff. But I don't think you can get any value. There's no such thing as value from Richard Sherman, I don't think.
So we would need to have the number 2 pick, or they would need to be the number 2 in order for them to
I don't
go
even
in the
think
right way.
anything in this draft could amount to what Sherman provides for a team. I think there's some good players, but I just don't think.
Yeah,
Sherman, no, not happening. Sorry about it.
So to go opposite Sherman, those are our 4 guys that we think would be the best fit for the Seahawks: Adoree Jackson, Kevin King, Sidney Jones, and Desmond King. Check them all out. If you have any other cornerbacks that we did not mention, please mention that in the comments below. Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any other comments about the show, please leave those there as well. And subscribe, hit that button, and give us a like.
Yes, please do. The Seahawks are definitely looking for that number 2 corner. So even if you could help them, please do let them know. Let us know down below, like you said. And we have faith in you. So we'll talk to you later.
All right, peace.